All right, welcome back to the Year in Review special show here on Newsmax. This show, Rob Schmitt Tonight, was the first on Newsmax to break the news that Russia was invading Ukraine. It was quite a while ago, February 24th. Putin announced a special military operation in eastern Ukraine. What resulted was a full-on invasion. The onslaught was not limited to war zones. Russia attacking areas populated with civilians such as Kharkiv, Odessa, the capital of Kiev, which is way to the west. President Biden dumping billions of your dollars on this war after he was unable to avoid the invasion, which of course was brought on by his weakness. Notice how none of these horrible actors in the world did anything when Trump was in office. Biden comes in and everybody gets a little chipper. So far, spending close to $70 billion is what has been spent on this war because you have a weak president. Very bizarre picture of Joe Biden there. As recently as December 11th, Biden had a phone call with President Zelensky to discuss financial support and air assistance. And joining me now is United States Deputy Military Representative Blaine Holt. Good to have you on, sir. We're in, I think, month 10 of this war. How does this thing end? Does it ever end?
It's got to end. It's great to be with you, Rob. It's been quite a year. This was the war that was going to take 5 to 10 days. So said Russia. But let's look back even further. This was a deterrable war from the get-go. This was a war where even Angela Merkel, in her own words, said the Minsk agreements were simply to trick Russia. We had every opportunity to not have this go through, but our diplomacy failed. And so we got into a war with an unlimited check, a blank check. And the reason that I say that is we all can support the brave Ukrainians who are fighting tooth and nail for their own territory. There's nothing like these war crimes that we have seen. We haven't seen anything like this since World War II. But there should be transparency and accountability for what our money's actually gone to, where it's gone, and how it's been effective either up or down in this war. So to get to the off-ramp, we get right back to where we started. We have to have diplomacy.
Right. And I don't think it's an unfair criticism that so many Americans make where it's, my country's $31 trillion in debt, and we are just dumping so much money, $70 billion, and we're asking, I think Congress is asking for another 30-something billion. That's going to be $100 billion into a country that most Americans couldn't point out on a map and most will never, ever go to. And then the other side of it is we're giving them so many of our weapons. I mean, the latest is the Patriot missile defense system. We're depleting a lot of our military ability for Ukraine, making ourselves much weaker on the world stage.
Yeah, you raise a great point, and NATO as well has depleted many of their weapon stocks, and this is the premier alliance we've got to go to war with. Last I checked, world's a pretty dangerous place. North Korea, Iran, China, other Russian interests around the world. Where the weapons have gone, how much our readiness has been depleted out of this has to be accounted for.
Right.
And we have to understand the answers to this. And at the same time, we're watching a country be vaporized. Putin's strategic goals are to divide NATO, to divide the alliance, and to divide the transatlantic relationship. Well, that's happening if you look at the plight of the Europeans and the cost of energy and what's been done to those economies for all of us.
Something else. Blaine Holt, thank you so much. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.